Welcome to PokePlaces. And you may be wondering what is PokePlaces. Well, firstly, we have to discuss what our mission is. Our mission is to create a location-based discovery app that helps people who live in Orlando explore local restaurants and local businesses through a fun and game-style experience. This is meant to encourage users to go out and find new places rather than the same old chain restaurants and chain cafes they enjoy eating at. This is also meant to help challenge themselves and challenge others by competing against each other through challenges, collecting collectibles in the app, and leveling up. This is our team members: Ariana McLennan, Johanna Nistal, Julian LeBron. This is our mind map. This is a list of our ideas and what we wanted to implement within our app, PokePlaces. Firstly, we needed to do some research on what the market had closest to what we wanted our app to be like. This includes food review websites, this includes mobile games, and as well as sites that help find new restaurants for somebody to go to. Now, the user profiles typically is limited to Orlando for now. This is meant for locals, tourists, college students, adults, and just food explorers in general, people who love to eat. And so this is a perfect app for people who long-termers who live here to continue to find new places to eat, because Orlando's a big city and it's hard to find local restaurants sometimes. So what the app is actually used for the users, as we said earlier, is to open the map, search for a place, check in, and collect some cards, XP, complete some challenges, making finding food in new restaurants more fun and motivating. This will be used on the mobile app on on their phones. So either they can do it whenever they want, in the car, walking around the city, and just other stuff. And we conducted a survey for this. So we asked a select amount of users, how do they decide to eat? Do certain people influence you? Do finding food locations feel fun and rewarding and trying new things? Does making it a game give incentive to want to use an app? And lastly, what would make them use this app long term? User surveys showed it'd be more motivating, it would be helpful, and just overall fun to use. Now for the stakeholder profiles would be just local restaurant owners, app developers, investors, marketing and promotion partners, and as well as city and tourism organizations. This is all meant to just promote and maintain the app, to perhaps promote businesses, promote their own name and stuff like that through a fun game, through hopefully an app that has many uses. And naturally, we performed a use case, basically using an app very similar or a site very similar and just asking them to perform critical cases. Now, through task analysis, we found there were many errors. And so naturally, we want to apply this own error count to our own app and prototyping before we finalize its prototype. This is just a map of just what the user would do and like what they should do. As well as this is an information architecture of what is the most important things we need in the app, such as a profile, the actual discovering a restaurant, and then the game part of collecting cards and challenges and stuff like that, as well as social features to possibly interact with friends. Now, we wanted to include a search engine to search for certain food places that may be not placed on the initial map, or just certain areas around where you could find a new place, as well as a filter. Not everyone can have gluten, not everybody is in the mood for Mexican food or Italian. People may want Asian food, and we wanted to include this filterization so that we'd make it easier for the user to find a place. As well as sorting through, as in, which plays a bit more into the filter, of course, with just distance and just more statistical kind of things, logistical of like, okay, what's the lowest pricing? What's the newest place? What are the challenges that are nearby? And we also wanted a navigation bar, of course, which at the bottom would be a map, an exploration page, which would also play into the map, a check-in with within the actual game itself of the finding a new restaurant, collection of what places have you been to, and progress tracking which places you've been to and the challenges that you've had, and as well as the profile, of course. Naturally, this would be a mobile application first, so it requires internet, requires maps and location services, and just designed for the newest models of mobile applications. Now this goes into our low and mid fidelity prototype. So naturally on the left we have a paper prototype of what we kind of wanted it to be like at a very surface level. And then on the right, before we actually put any design features into it, how we wanted to structure and look at the new places and what we wanted the app to kind of feel like. Now these are the designs that we came up with. So we have this logo here that we made up and designed, and as well as just exploring with the different colors and shapes and just what makes everything pop. So naturally we came to this final design choice of blue to yellow and selected the wild design because it was the most engaging, had the most interactive experience when asking users, and it has a strong use of the game aspect of the app. This is the style guide with just the font and just the color palette that we used. And the user testing, we conducted another Think Aloud protocol and observed how the user interacted with the app in real time, identified confusion and difficulty in completing tasks, and just were able to apply it to everything. And these are the issues identified, is just understanding that some buttons just didn't work and some features did not respond as expected. Certain clarity through buttons and the map just were unsure, and so we wanted to fix these things. And so this leads us into our final prototype. And so first we have here is the home screen. This would be the login, sign up, or explore as guest if you don't want to commit to signing up for this app. So naturally we hit login, and this is where you put your email or username, and then you put in your password, and then you'd click start exploring. And so after we log in, let's say I'm in the mood for tacos. I click on the plus button. This would lead us to the collection. We've already collected it. So naturally we want to click on the card. This is what it looks like. This would be the challenges, what you eat, the comments you've added, the review, and the address and stuff like that. Then we can see its view on the map, which would lead back to the map screen, which you'd be able to interact with this and just explore, as well as search through here. And then after, I see we have the XP in the corner. The XP would have the local challenges, just what level you are, XP, and just other random stuff. Then we can click on the notifications up here. It says we completed challenges. Friend A gave us a message, and so let's head to our messages. Naturally, this is friend A and friend B. We can always add a friend through searching it up. You can see the messages they're typing, and then we can hit the back button and then go to B, start a new chat with our other friend. And so this would be the collections. This would be the discount, the rewards for collecting this restaurant. And then we'd log out. So thank you. This was PokePlaces.